What's happening, Internet? This is your boy, me, Coach Bordier, coming here, giving you the NFTGL XXX Corn Parity Power Rankings. Corn Parity's probably not going to stick, but, you know. Today, we are ranking the two teams in the NFTGL that are currently not owned by a full-time coach. Technically, I guess Dallas is, but their coach is not attending this season. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys are both unranked for that reason. However, they've both been maintained throughout this iteration, and this is our final season of the iteration, so we're going to do a quick recap of those two teams and why they're being ranked where they are. First off, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and here is a list of all of their free agent and trades, their roster adjustments over the course of the iteration. You can see, assuming you can actually read these, they traded Trent Dilfer in an auto trade for Steve Bono. Auto trades are a thing we do in the league now where we basically just force the roster change and we allow the person to do that in place of trying trade attempts. But because of it, they would get fewer trades, potentially. After they did the Trent Dilfer trade, they then cut Santana Dotson for Jeff Lageman. They cut Mark Wheeler for C. Klingbeil, whose first name is probably Curtis. Then they cut Mark Wheeler for John Melander, and so on all the way down the list through seasons 2. And their newest changes, they traded Thomas Everett for Leroy Butler. Sorry, Jordan. And they then cut John Lynch and Scott Dill for Sean Lumpkin and Roman Fortin. So those are the roster changes for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The one other change that Tampa Bay has that I'll look at real quick is a playbook change. Because of what was determined to be a playbook issue, their right pass play, let's bump that off, the right pass play was changed to this play to give them an even 4-4 split between T formation and off I formation plays. Without that split, it was a 5-3 split, and all of the off I formation plays could easily be destroyed by using a linebacker out of dime and just walking through the line and basically insta-tackling every single one of them on every single play. So that's why we made the change. Up next, we have the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas, here's their list of change. They have a bunch more changes than Tampa Bay does, partly because they've been man-controlled for 3 of their seasons. And instead of just being forced into auto trades, even though that's all they've done, they had other options. They also ended up with better draft positions because they've yet to make the playoffs. Part of the reason for that is the Dallas Cowboys base roster is so good that we downgrade them. We get rid of Emmitt Smith, sending him to Jacksonville for Mazio Royster, and we downgrade Darren Woodson, sending him to the New England Patriots for Terry Ray. Both of those players are among the worst at their position in the entire game. So it's a pretty significant downgrade at those two positions. But the Dallas Cowboys, despite that, still remain one of the best teams in the NFC. After that, you can see they have a series of handicap trades in the league based on player performance. We do allow people to upgrade their teams now based on how they've done previously when they first take them on. So you can see the Dallas Cowboys got to make 3 handicap trades. At the time, that was the most that anybody could do. And they upgraded Kevin Smith, Darryl Johnston, and Michael Irvin to Terry McDaniel, Rod Bernstein, and Andre Reed. Then they traded Larry Brown for Najee Mustafa as an auto trade, and a bunch of free agency over the course of seasons 1 and 2. And now going into season 3, they've traded Terry McDaniel for Eric Allen, who had previously been traded away by New Orleans for Deion Sanders. And then in free agency, they picked up Bubby Brister as a backup to Troy Aikman, and then they cut Ryan McGrath, 'Grath, to sign Kurt Hawes. Kurt Hawes. Then they cut Ryan McGrath, 'Grath, to sign Kurt Hawes. Then they cut Ryan McGrath, 'Grath, to sign Kurt Hawes. Then they cut Ryan McGrath, 'Grath, to sign Kurt Hawes. And they also cut Tyrone Braxton to re-sign Najee Mustafa, who they had cut, as you can see up above. They had cut Najee Mustafa to sign a better corner. So they have a really, really strong secondary, despite their lack of any significant safeties. Their playbooks otherwise are identical to their base playbooks. And there is a possibility that the Dallas Cowboys will be coached this season by an interim coach named Jake, who is the son of current Bears coach, Coach Bill. Jake comes in with absolutely no Tecmo knowledge outside of growing up with his father being in the league. And he is a semi-pro, minor, I don't know, semi-professional Super Smash Brothers Switch player, and apparently one of the best players in the country. So he's got some video game pedigree, despite his lack of experience in Tecmo Super Bowl. We're hoping that he gets some practice time in, and before he comes in, otherwise it's probably going to be a harrowing experience for young Jake. Anyway, that's our two unranked teams. Thank you for tuning in. The Dallas Cowboys, I didn't actually go to them. I could have, but I didn't because we looked at their lineup changes, and this is the Bears. I don't know what I'm doing now, so I'll probably cut this part off. Have a good day. La-di-da. Those are our unranked teams.